Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, it's God. Sometimes when I'm watching the news and watching the data from the housing market, it gets very difficult to remain cheerful. And I think it's important to be cheerful no matter what's happening. But this week, particularly, the economy, the news on the economy is just rotten for everyone concerned. So here we are straight into 5 Fact Friday. So this is for all newcomers, this is 5 verifiable pieces of news that have come out in the last 7 days since last Friday that you can check. And in the description below, you've got the links to all the stories I'm about to share. Okay, so you can check it for yourself. None of this is my opinion unless I express my opinion on the facts, but the 5 facts are there. Verify them yourselves. And they are the 5 stories that I think have the biggest impact on the housing market. Maybe not immediately. Some of them won't have an impact for a while, but this week, in terms of the news that's come out, I think they're the most important things. So number 1, this is actually on the S&P Global Market Intelligence site. UK flash PMI data signaled economic downturn in August, selling price inflation calls. So it basically, this is the graph that matters. Both GDP, which is the grey blocks you can see there, and that blue line of the PMI output are both trending down quite strongly and quite sharply. And anyway you look in the news, there's a lot of news out this week saying, looks like we're going to recession in the Q3, or that Q3 of this year will be negative growth. Retailers have had it bad. It's all CBI's put out, the Confederation of British Industry put out negative stuff this week, and they're all expecting to have layoffs in the retail sector from last week's bad retail news. So for those of you thinking about housing and wondering how the economy is going to affect house prices in the future, just check out this week's economic news and what everyone thinks is happening in the economy. That's fact number 1. Okay, I haven't put a number on it, but you can go look at the numbers for yourself. It's all negative, which is not good news for anybody. Fact number 2. God, this week's felt like a long week. This felt like a long time ago. Rightmove put its asking price index out this week. And remember, it's the Rightmove house price index should not be called a house price index because it is not house prices in terms of what people think of house prices. It is only the average asking price of brand new listed properties, excluding any reductions that have happened in that month. So it's the average of the first listed asking price, and even that, and this is something that almost never goes down. That's down by 1.9% this month. Okay, but I don't think that's actually. I think asking prices coming down means that real prices are coming down faster. And on BestAgent, we also had a fresh data set this week. So BestAgent is showing that this is really important. I'll just give you the headline, which is that in a month, the average asking price of properties showing as sold has dropped by 10,000. Not the average, the median, sorry. The median has dropped by 10,000 from 290,000 to 280,000. It's this figure here. Okay, that 1.8% is just because the last 2 weeks it went down from 285 to 280. But in the last month, it's gone down from 290 to 280. That is a £10,000 drop in the advertised asking price. So the actual sold price will be lower in this market. I keep saying average, and it's not average. Stupid boy. It's median. £10,000 drop in the median asking price of properties showing as sold. And I think that's the reason I'm publishing this is that I think that's the most telling thing. The median price doesn't move very frequently. It tends to be very stable. So when it does move, it tends to show a more solid and less uppy downy. Average goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up. The median tends to just actually stick to the trend. And I think that's a more powerful indication. £10,000 drop in 1 month is quite significant. Right, this story just came out this morning on the Financial Times. And a lot of you won't know about this yet. The UK construction companies go under at the fastest rate in a decade. All right, so that's all. I mean, there are thousands of them anyway. More than 4,000 operators become insolvent within a year. This is the year to the end of June, as cost inflation and house building slowdown bite. And to see the bigger picture, there is the graph, and that is the monthly graph of number of registered company insolvencies at the insolvency service. So that's this government data. All right. Now, let's put the number 4,000 into context. It's 16% up on the previous year. I saw somewhere, not in this story, I saw and it's the highest since highest recorded since 2012. And what I find interesting about this number here is that 2012 was actually 4 years after the 2008 housing contraction, the housing market downfall. So why is it happening faster or sooner this time round? I don't know. Just an interesting observation. So that's fact number 4. Fact number 5 is a story out in the Telegraph yesterday. The vast majority of homeowners could not afford their house today. And what they're talking about is if they had to buy their house today with today's mortgage rates, they simply wouldn't have been able to afford it. So the line there I think is interesting is analysis by data science company Outra of more than 30 million households across the UK found that just less than 1% of homeowners of working age, so they're excluding retired people, in England and Wales could afford to buy their home again now or expand into a larger property. All right. I think the significance of that fact is that it tells you just how difficult affordability is now for people trying to buy now compared to before. Okay. I want to wrap this up and summarize, because it's not necessarily good news even if you're buying now. Because I had a one-to-one call. You know, I do these one-to-one private video sessions, which you can get on buymeacoffee.com if you want to, like the 30-minute sessions or 1-hour sessions. And I've had a lot of them this week. And they're all from buyers who are buying and really worrying about whether to buy. If you want to book a session with me, you can book it at this URL below, buymeacoffee.com/MHWC. And all of them are going, oh God, we've got a mortgage and we're buying, but we're really worried. We're overpaying. We want to work out if we're overpaying or not, whether we should actually pull out. And I've had a lot of these conversations. They've been very, very interesting. And one of the things that's come out of them is this, which is that one of them said, my mortgage offer, if I don't buy now and it expires, because of what's happening with the economy and because lending criteria are likely to get harder if the economy contracts, I'm worried I won't be able to buy 6 months from now, even if house prices do come down. So this is when there's a real like, oh God, we could buy now and we should buy now, but it's really toppy and we feel like we're overpaying. Should we renegotiate? It's tough out there. It's tough out there. But guys, I want to try and keep this on under 10 minutes. So it's a quick 5 Fact Friday. There's lots more to unpick there. And at some point, I'll get back and have a longer run through of all this stuff and what's happening in the housing market and see what I can do to help. But for now, I'm going to call it a day. Wish you a very happy Friday, a great weekend. Thank you all for your support. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Anyone there got a comment? No, I'm going to call it, guys. Thank you all. Have a great time. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.